Welcome to the Sylvia Show. And thank you for joining us today. I am Sylvia, your host. And this is the Sylvia Show. As you can see, I have a guest with me today, Sonia. And Sonia, how do you say your last name?
Smooziak.
Yeah, that's how you say her last name. Don't even ask me to try it. But welcome to the Sylvia Show. And we have a little different format today because y'all, I am coming off the cuff. I have to be so real. I was in a class for 3 hours this morning. Great class on social media on how to brand yourself and how to do videos and shorts, and great class by my real estate nephew, Jeremiah's J-Man Manerio. J-Man Manerio? Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, so and then I had to go take pictures of a property that is getting ready to come on the market. Yay, it's a great property right here in Ontario, New York. And it's a nice property. Yeah, we're expecting that property to really be hot, and go really fast. So that should be hitting the market hopefully in a couple of days, or definitely by the beginning of next week. So that's our real estate segment. But we try to talk about hot topics, things that are going on. I do share a little bit about real estate, like I did about the weather. It's nice outside. I'm in upstate New York, and it's actually like warm. It might be like 50-some degrees. I think it might be 50-some degrees. Let's see here. Let's see. Where's my? I was wrong. I was wrong. It's 39 degrees, y'all, but it feels like 50.
It's the sun.
That's right. The sun is shining, or it's just like brighter. Where the sun at? It's over there.
It's there.
It's over there. I see it. I see it. So it's 39 degrees, but it feels like 50. Nice weather, but I heard it's going to get windy.
I hate wind.
And just like windy and what else? Not really cold.
I don't watch the weather.
But yeah, this girl, she don't watch nothing. So I don't watch TV and stuff like that, but I go on my social media places like YouTube, whatever, and but this girl, like, I said, did you hear about it? No, I don't. So anywho, however, so yeah, we're gonna have Sonia on today as our guest, and she's gonna share some things about her heart. And I call this Faith Friday also, and that's gonna be a part of our Faith Friday. And another thing that's happening is tomorrow here at our office, we're doing Impact Theater. And years ago, I actually was a part of Impact Theater, a Christian drama troupe, we would say, or the directors called it a troupe. And we're bringing them to Rhindock Realty tomorrow, and they are going to be talking about life trauma. And the title is Beauty for Ashes. And, God would take our ashes, the nasty, ugly, stinky stuff, and he'll turn it into something beautiful. And that is the theme of the drama tomorrow. And so we are pretty much at capacity because we're not that big here to hold a lot of people. We're going to have some pizza, some dessert, and some drama about trauma. Yeah. Yeah. And, a lot of us have gone through trauma in our lives. I was just sharing with Sonia. I won't particularly share here right now, but when I was about 9 years old, I went through some trauma of seeing somebody being stabbed at 9 years old. And so a lot of us have gone through all different types of trauma. And it sucks. It really does. Especially like when you're a child and you go through that. Yeah, because then you're trying to, like understand it even more as a child. I mean, when you're an adult, you can kind of understand when you understand maybe the trauma a little better. But when you're a child, it's just like, oh my gosh, like, anywho. So that's what is happening tomorrow. Impact Theater, Beauty for Ashes, talking about life trauma. And what else we got here? Hot topics. And one of the hot topics that has been happening, I'm going to take speech therapy one day because you know what it is? I've been talking so fast. And where I came from, which was the South. Now people say, well, in the South, people talk slow. Well, I talk real fast sometimes. So I'll be talking so fast. I'll be stumbling over my words and stuff like that. And just like, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the latest thing is the banks, the banking crisis and the banks that have collapsed. And so you see I'm on my phone looking. It says among these banks that have collapsed recently, I think, what was it, 2 weeks ago maybe? Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature Bank. They all have collapsed. And that means if you had your money in those banks, they ain't good. They ain't good at all. So that is like a hot topic right now that everybody's talking about. And so why don't we go ahead and get into Sonia as our guest today. And the camera right there is right there, Sonia. That's where you look. Because like you want to look there, but really we should be looking there. And people can probably tell we're looking here. So Sonia is someone I've known for so how old was AJ when I met you guys? Was he three? And now he's
13 years. Okay. He's going to be 16.
So we've known each other for 13 years, and we met at our church fellowship that we both were attending at the time. And we just she shared something with me one night as my husband and I and her other husband was going into that first ex one, yeah. The father of her children. And so they were going into the building, and she shared something, and we just connected, and we just have been connected ever since. And I connected with her mom, and her mom and the dad used me to help them by their house. And so we've always stayed connected. And when we talk, we just can go on and on and on and on, because we just really, really connect and enjoy each other's conversations, and we just share our hearts. And so Sonia has recently come back into my life, because we kind of like go our different ways, but we always have stayed connected. Hi, Sherry. Sherry says hi, Sonia. Sherry says no way AJ actually is 15, right?
Yeah, he'll be 16 in September.
So we've known each other 13 years.
Yeah.
So 16. Oh, good Lord.
Talk about no way. I mean, how old are your kids, Sherry?
Yeah, her kids are all adults.
One of them's married now, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right. And little what's your daughter name? What's her name?
Kate, right?
Katie? Yeah, little Katie is all grown up. And so, Sonia and I have known each other for years. So we recently reconnected through Begin Again Jail Ministry, and something God gave me some years ago. And then I was able to get it into place through Good News Jail Ministry at Lyons, Wayne County Jail. So Sonia is on our team. She goes in with us, and we ride together. She's just been sharing her heart about helping parents. And she's a parent. She has, between her and her husband, her current husband, they have how many children between you?
6.
6. Good Lord. 6 children between them. Yeah. And I commend Sonia on her parenting skills, but she's also believing that God is putting something in her heart to help parents. So if you can, Sonia, just, I don't know, in your best words, just share what you are getting in your heart and what you see or what you desire to see or what you see this looking like as far as this whole helping parents. And
okay, so it kind of ties in with the whole Beauty for Ashes thing. In my heart, you know how God, like you just said, he can take something really, really bad that happens to us and turn it around and make it into something beautiful. And I have been through some pretty crappy situations and life circumstances and just a whirlwind of different situations. And for so many years, I just, like many people do, cry out, why? Mm-hmm. why am I going through this? Why do I have so much going on right now that it feels like I can't breathe, like I'm suffocating? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So when God put it on my heart was actually, I don't know, a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago, we were talking with a woman who is actually a licensed clinical social worker. She specializes with children and adolescents. And we were just talking about the struggles that, parents and bonus parents, step parents, the struggles that we go through, because there's so many different levels. There's the level of, you and your spouse, if it's a new spouse, and adjusting to that marriage. And then if you bring children into it, you're blending the families. And
I know what that's like.
And that is something that you really can't explain to somebody in depth so that they understand it, if they've gone through it.
Right.
It's a lot of things in life, but blending a family is probably, in my opinion, one of the most challenging things I've ever gone through, I've ever chosen in my life. But it's been a beautiful experience, that part of it. And it's great to see the kids finally, coming together and actually being able to coexist. But along the way, the journey of it has been major valleys, and with mountaintops thrown in there, as reminders. So I was talking to this woman and I was like, there's so many resources out there for children and adolescents, young adults, where these resources are able to surround the kids with support, for whatever they need. If they have a disability, if they have emotional trauma, if they have PTSD, if they have addiction, whatever it is, there's services out there for them. And I said to her, why don't we have, as parents, why isn't there anything is there something, you work in the system, do you know of something that is actually out there for parents? And she was like, there used to be, but that was a long time ago and there isn't anymore.
Well,
and God spoke to me and he was like, there will be.
Isn't that great when he does that?
And I looked at my husband and I was like, I have to do that. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, so that's when it got dropped into your heart.
That was the moment.
Yeah.
That was the moment.
And so do you know why there was and now there's not services, support service? Did she say so she could? So there used to be support services like that, but now there isn't. And so God was like, okay, Sonia, there will be, and it's going to come through you. Yeah. And so one word you said that was that stood out to me, and you said it yesterday too when we were talking, support. So tell me, what does that look like with what you are getting, that, okay, I need to do this. I know that this is in my heart. I know I need to do it. So what does support look like to you for helping to support other parents in certain situations with their children? I mean, because this thing is real. We have children and we have life and things happen and wow, right? And trauma and all kind of situations. And and unfortunately, everybody doesn't have a 2.5 family with white picket fence and everything, and it's great that if you can have that in you grew up that way, two parents and no trauma, and it was minimized, and it's great. But so what does support look like for you, for the parents that you believe you're going to be able to help and touch?
So for me, what it looks like is all of us, anybody who might be struggling or have questions or need somebody to talk to, need somebody to vent to, need somebody to cry with, or just need somebody to listen and be there as a parent to come together and to talk about it in a way that's safe, in a safe environment where there's no judgment being passed, where there's nobody, pointing the finger saying, well, you did this wrong, or you did that wrong, or you should do this, or you should do that, but more of just encouraging one another that it's going to be okay. I'm sorry you're struggling, or whatever that moment looks like. To me, visually, it looks like parents coming together and supporting one another, and then sharing any networks that they might have as well, you know, because we all go through different things.
Yeah.
So what you might have gone through, you know, it's different than what I'm going through, but you might have a resource in your back pocket that could help me that I didn't know about because nobody's ever told me.
Right.
So if, you know, knowledge is power, right? And if we have those resources available to us, and then through other parents besides, not just through an authority figure, you know, a lawyer coming and telling you, you should do this or you should do that, which I'm not knocking lawyers because that's their job. And a lot of them are fantastic at what they do. But parent to parent, if I come up to you and I put my arm around you and I'm like, Sylvia, what do you need today? You know, what's going on in your life today? How can I help you? You know, what do you need? There's nobody out there that has that kind of atmosphere that I know of. If there is, somebody tell me about it, because
let us know if you do.
I really would. And I just really want to take, I believe that God can use everything that we've all been through or that we're going through.
He can use the ashes
for good, to help one another, to support one another, to give each other encouragement, and just, even if it's just for a day,
right,
or a week or a month, or, you know, however long. And I don't know if there's anybody out there that would be interested in something like this. I know that when especially when I was a single mom, you know, going through situations, if somebody had come to me and said, hey, I know about this group, you know, would you like to come and see if maybe it would help you? I would have jumped on it.
Right.
Because you get to a point where you're like desperate.
Yeah.
You know, you're like on your face in your living room with nowhere to go but up.
And your kids are looking to you to continue to take care of them. And,
yeah.
You know, so what I hear you saying with what is in your heart right now is that in this support environment and group and however this is going to play out, that connection piece is so important. That connection piece, and from that connection piece comes the networking of, you know, okay, like you said, well, you never would have known about this had you not connected with that other parent that says, oh yeah, there is this or there's that, or, you know, maybe even let's check this out or let's do this. That connection is so important as people.
Yeah.
And, you know, so that support looks like connecting with other parents and networking with other parents, and even coming together where you can find more resources.
Yeah.
Or maybe you guys can, you know, definitely become a resource.
Yeah.
And that is a part of the support too, is becoming a resource for somebody else. Like you said, even if it's for a day, maybe it's for an hour, you know, maybe it's for a half a day, maybe, I mean, just for that support. And I have to believe that if you are dealing with this or have dealt with this, or it's got to be other parents that can relate. That's what I'm saying.
I believe that too.
I believe there's other parents, and that's why, you know, I tell her it's time for you to just step out and do it. And so that's one of the reasons she's here today. But, you know, that support is looking like connecting with others and networking with others and just being there for somebody that can relate, or you can relate to, that understands the situation. Like I can relate to being a single parent for many years and having no support.
Yeah.
As you just said, having no support, nowhere to turn. I am the sole parent. I'm taking care of everything, you know, and having nobody else to support me except for nobody but God.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And so, and just think about, I mean, you have your husband, thank God for, you know, he's there too. But yeah, look at the parents, whether male or female.
Yeah.
They're single-handedly, I may have my words.
It's all right. We all know what you mean.
Handling raising their children, and they have no support. And I always would say it's great if you have a support system. It really is. Whether it's your parents, your grandparents, a sister, a brother, an auntie, you know, it's always great to have that support for people that, that are struggling, and they, they have nobody else but them. It's wrapping up to the time you have to. Okay, but before, so what
I got 5 minutes.
I want to.
I'm good.
Okay, but what I want to, because what I want to end the interview, you'll be late. But what I want to end with is, I think that you doing this is great, because there's going to be people who watch this after we go off. Okay. And so, I believe the word is going to get out, even if you reach one parent that is in our area that you guys could connect. You just never know. Yeah. You just never know. And I was saying to Sonia, it's not about you, or it's not about us. It's about that one parent or parents that need what Sonia has on the inside of her. And so that's for anything. It's about that one person, whatever it is that is in your heart. It's about that one person that needs that, whatever's in your heart is for that one person, or maybe more than one. But so it's not about us. It's about who we need to connect with, or what we have. We need to give it out to that person. Right. And so, but I want to end with this, because I shared with Sonia next Friday, because this is Women's History Month. And so I'm grateful that I had Sonia as a woman able to come on, as a mother, as a wife. And as someone is about to step into what she believed that she's supposed to start doing. And so connection just lost my connection. But I want to, this is a great segue into our next week's guest is, I don't even have her name. I met her through our Greater Rochester Association Black Caucus. We went and we did a donation to their organization and location, but she is the director of Saving AJ. And I mentioned it to Sonia yesterday, and her son's name is AJ. And so it was like, wow, like she was like, wow, Saving AJ. But that's the name of the organization. It's all, I think, donation based. But what this organization does, like if a mom needs a break, and she just needs a couple hours to fall asleep in the car, you can take it. It's a drop-in care center. And so you drop your child in there for however long, and no charge. From what I understand, no charge. But she's going to be on next Friday right now. That's the plan. And we'll get the full details. And say the mama just goes back downstairs, gets in the car, and takes a nap. Oh
my gosh, I would have probably given my left hand to have that
when
I was a single mom.
And so I love that. And again, it's Women's History Month. So we're going to have the director of Saving AJ. And there's a story behind the name.
I'm interested in knowing how she came up with that name.
There's a story behind the name. I don't think it's a sad story, but it pushed her into doing what she's doing now. And sometimes that's how things happen, where we get pushed into, or God drops it in our heart, and it's just annoying, that you're supposed to do it, and you step out and do it, not knowing what's going to be the results, or even if you're going to be successful, or it's going to go anywhere, but you take that chance. And so that's our guest next week. Again, I'm sorry I don't have her name, but they have a Facebook page, Saving AJ, so you can go check it out there. And but that is our show for today. So is there anything you want to say as we get ready to wrap it up?
No, just that if anybody does watch this and they are interested in just talking about it, and maybe I'm just starting out, so this is a real big step, like off the mountain edge for me.
She's taking a leap.
I am not used to doing this kind of stuff, so I'm hoping that we can all work together to kind of build it up. But if you are interested, if it's something that you think somebody might be interested, feel free to private message me on Facebook. Maybe Sylvia will tag me in the video, and that way you can just click on my profile and send me a message. But I'm really excited, and I'm just keeping it in prayer that God's going to really use this to help so many people out there. That's my heart.
Wow.
So thank you.
Thank you. And this is Faith Friday. So, we both are women of faith. And I say, if you got a problem with me doing Faith Friday or segment, then you don't have to watch. I'm not trying to be mean, nothing like that. But just keeping it real. But this is a part of our Friday show, is Faith Friday. And so Sonia, thank you for coming. Actually, with my new the software, I think I could have tagged you or had it go to your page too, but we're learning. We're going to bring Sonia back on at some point. It's going to be great to bring her back on when she's in this thing. Okay. Remember, it's gonna like here, she's just like, y'all, this is what I believe that I'm supposed to be doing. And so it's in my heart. I'm gonna step out there and do it. But this is a first step right here. And we're gonna bring her back on. She's gonna be like, this is what's going on. So we are looking forward to the update on this parenting support group program that Sonia is going to be stepping into and helping other parents. And so thank you for watching the Sylvia Show. We plan to come back next Friday, 2:30. We're going to have a guest. She's the director of Saving AJ. They do have a Facebook page. Go check her out. Looking forward to that. This is Women in History Month. Celebrate women more this month than you celebrate them all year. And so that's it for today. Thank you. Until next time, we want you to live well, take care of yourself, and God bless. And here we go. Here we go. This is the outro.